Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. You know what we'll talk about today? Trump's tariffs. He's targeted everyone, friends and foes, even islands where no one lives. There's a lot of conversation around this move, a lot of analysis and projections. Tonight we'll try to break it down for you. What exactly has Donald Trump done? What are the 10 things that you should know about his tariff moves? How does it impact India? How is New Delhi reacting? What about the United States? How will this play out for American consumers and businesses? And their allies in Europe, will they retaliate? We can tell you that China will. It's been the worst hit with more than 60% tariffs. We'll discuss what this means for China's struggling economy. And is this the end of multilateral trade? So a lot of ground to cover here. Also in focus, the Philippines dares China with its game-changer F-16 jets. In West Asia, it's back to square one with Israel beginning an offensive to split Gaza. In Washington, is Elon Musk leaving Doge to steady his businesses? And what's the record 25-hour speech that is making headlines? We'll tell you how it's an endurance test. All this and more coming up. The headlines first. Hungary says it will quit the International Criminal Court. The decision comes as Prime Minister Viktor Orban hosts his Israeli counterpart. The tribunal has accused Benjamin Netanyahu of war crimes in Gaza as he faces an ICC arrest warrant. But Budapest says it will not act against Netanyahu, who's on his first trip to Europe since 2023. Prime Minister Narendra Modi meets Thailand's Prime Minister in Bangkok. The two leaders agree to upgrade their relationship to a strategic partnership. The Indian Prime Minister is in Thailand to attend the BIMSTEC summit. Tomorrow he will leave for Sri Lanka. It will be his first trip there since Colombo got a new president. Ugandan president arrives in South Sudan. It comes just days after South Sudan arrested its first vice president, triggering fears of a return to civil war. Uganda has long been involved in South Sudan. Last month it sent troops to support the president of the world's youngest nation. Nepal's capital Kathmandu blanketed in heavy smog as wildfires rage across the country. The air pollution levels are among the worst in the world. The Himalayan nation sees a spate of wildfires annually, usually beginning in March, but their number and intensity have worsened in recent years. And the UK's charity watchdog opens a probe into Sentebale. It's the African organization co-founded by Prince Harry, who stepped down as its patron after a boardroom battle. The charity's chairperson has accused the British prince of bullying and cover-up. Harry has called these allegations blatant lies.
They charge us, we charge them less, so how can anybody be upset?
We're going to fight these tariffs.
This is not the act of a friend.
The global economy will massively suffer.
Tariffs, one of the many things you learnt in school. You may remember reading about it in your textbook. Some of you may have thought, why bother? It's not like I'll ever use it in life. Well, now we know how wrong we were.
Here's the viral hack that's making people rich. If you've been in a car accident in the past few years,
But tariffs will probably be the word of the year, and if Donald Trump has his way, maybe even the word of the decade. Yesterday was his big liberation tariff day. President Trump held a special event at the White House. The stage was decked in American flags, and Trump walked out to a big round of applause and music. Then came the big speech. Trump spoke for almost 1 hour. He brought in charts. He made false accusations at countries, and he promised liberation for
China,
Americans.
first row. China. For decades, our country has been looted, pillaged, raped, and plundered by nations near and far, both friend and foe alike. They watched in anguish as foreign leaders have stolen our jobs, foreign cheaters have ransacked our factories, and